Welcome back to Recap Channel. The School for Good and Evil follows the story of two young girls, Sophie and Agatha, who are transported from their small medieval town to the fantasy world of the titular school. The twist is that the princess-like Sophie lands in the gothic, fog-covered School for Evil while Agatha is dropped in a literal bed of roses at the School for Good. Sophie, who had always dreamed of royalty, is indignant and claims that it's all a mistake. The schoolmaster, Rian, tells her she must find true love's kiss to prove that she is good. Meanwhile, Agatha is more concerned with getting both of them back home. While the girls try to right these wrongs, they must deal with eccentric lessons and the mysterious, evil presence of Raffle. Raffle and Rian were two brothers who first began the School for Good and Evil. However, with time, Raffle grew bored and greedy. He attacked Rian and tried to kill him but ended up falling to his own death. Somehow, his spirit seems to still linger around the school. Unable to find her way into the School of Good, Sophie soon begins to make herself at home in the School for Evil, egged on by Raffle and his promises. Agatha tries to keep her best friend from joining the dark side, but does she succeed? Read on to find out. Raffle survived his fall and used his blood magic to fly back up and stab Rian with a knife. Ever since then, Raffle has been running the school under the guise of Rian. Slowly but surely, he has corrupted the idea of what is good, leading to the school's current toxic curriculum. Sophie joins the dark side? Raffle manipulates Sophie into believing that even Agatha has betrayed her. After this final straw, Sophie completely gives in to Raffle's plan and accepts blood magic from him. The more she indulges in the magic, the more ugly Sophie becomes. It goes on till she has completely transformed into an old and ugly hag. When the two school deans confront her, Sophie turns them into helpless dolls. She then tricks the students from the School for Good into attacking the School for Evil. By attacking first, the School for Good has broken the rules. As a result, all those in good turn evil while all those in evil turn good. Sophie once again becomes young and beautiful. She heads up to the schoolmaster's tower where she finds out that Raffle was playing the role of Rian all along. With sweet words and clever temptations, Raffle entices Sophie into believing she is his one true love. They kiss and it gives Raffle all the power he's ever wanted. Sophie realizes that everyone is going to die as the castles around them start to break and rivers of blood begin to flow. Raffle never meant to rule, he just wanted to keep all the power for himself. Sophie realizes this is not what she wants. Agatha arrives just in time to help Sophie. When she challenges Raffle, he attacks her with the Storian's quill. But Sophie pushes Agatha aside and takes the blow instead. Tedros arrives but isn't able to overpower Raffle either. In the end, it's Agatha who picks up Excalibur and manages to drive it through Raffle. He falls and dies. When Sophie was stabbed by the quill, the destroyed castles were magically put together again and the rivers of blood ceased. As the students inside got up, they begin to help each other, irrespective of good and evil. The deans of the school, now released from the spell that captured them, arrive to see all the students mingling together. They say this could be a new era, one of unity. Agatha goes back to Sophie. After proclaiming her love for her best friend, Sophie succumbs to her wounds. Agatha cries and gives her a kiss. But there's nothing more true than the love between friends, and so the kiss heals Sophie, bringing her back to life. The true love's kiss between Agatha and Sophie opened up a portal that would allow them to go back to their town. While Sophie is ready to leave, she tells Agatha she can stay with Tedros if she wants. Agatha thanks her for those words. She then kisses Tedros and tells him that she can't leave her best friend. Agatha and Sophie return home, hand in hand. Does Agatha stay with Tedros or leave? The final scene of the movie shows that Agatha and Sophie are back in town, reunited with their families. And happy. Although, they still get teased and taunted by the other kids in town. In response, the two girls use their magic, which still works, and get a flock of pigeons to take their revenge on them. Just as the film is about to close, a portal opens up nearby and Tedros's arrow flies through it, getting lodged in a tree. His voice is heard saying that he needs Agatha. A second later, a knife is thrown, cutting the arrow clean in half. The historian narrates that this is only the beginning. It's safe to say that the movie is suggesting that Raffle might still be alive and Sophie and Agatha's adventure could continue in a sequel. How does The School for Good and Evil end?